Hey everybody, I'm sure at one time or another you have all experienced the pain and frustration when dealing with projectiles. So in this video, I'm going to go over some tips on how to deal with those damn campers. So let's get started. To start off, one of the mistakes that newer players tend to make in Ultimate is dash dancing way too much. It's great to finally be able to dash back and forth with ease, but when dealing with opponents who camp and use projectiles, it's kinda ineffective. Due to the amount of end lag dash dancing causes, you won't be able to shield incoming projectiles quick enough. So stop that. Gotta stop. Which leads me to tip number 2. Slow down your gameplay. Walk towards a camping opponent and shield. By walking, players have a better chance to reactively shield and block projectiles. As you get better with shielding, up the speed and run and shield. If you time it just right and shield the projectile close enough, you can easily punish your opponent. And if any of you have a hard time with blocking, I suggest entering training mode and setting a CPU to fire projectiles at you while you run and walk towards the CPU. Also, use this opportunity to practice perfect parrying, because that's a mechanic in Ultimate, by the way. As for tip number 3, take advantage of playing with stages that have platforms. Platforms allow another path to an opponent, which helps avoid projectiles. So tip number 4, this is an obvious one and it's not applicable for everyone, but if you use a character who has a reflector, it's a great tool to defend against projectiles. Use it sparingly though. You can often get punished by overusing it and becoming predictable, so you mainly want to use it to surprise your opponent. Alright, so here's my last tip. Learn your character matchups. There's multiple characters that can go pew 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 and chuck shit at you, so knowing how each projectile functions and how to punish them will go a long way. So make sure you do your research on matchups. That's a big part of how to get good in general. So all in all, keep these tips in mind as you practice and play against campy players. When dealing with projectiles, the best thing you do as a player is be patient. They all slip up at some point. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please feel free to hit the subscribe and like button, and also feel free to leave a comment. See ya!